Hi, everybody. We're back again on our Monday night for our toolbox to add another tool to our training box. As you know, the more tools we have, the more easily it is going to be to work our business because not everything takes a hammer. Sometimes you need a screwdriver, sometimes you need a wrench, sometimes you need, what else is there? Star screwdriver, whatever it's called. Sometimes you need Phillips, sometimes you need flathead. That's what it was, Phillips. So yeah, we're going to be adding to our toolbox tonight. Tonight, we're going to be dealing with our mind. I kind of wanted to do this the first week of January, but I was like, okay, let's really dive into something. We did online parties last week. And this week, we're going to talk about our mind and overcoming doubt. Some of you guys may know that the power of our thoughts, the power of our mind is so crucial. Sometimes we don't realize some of the things that we're entertaining in our mind is destroying us. And the definition of doubt before we jump in is a feeling of uncertainty or a lack of conviction. That's the Webster Dictionary meaning, a feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction. So when we're talking about doubt, have that going on in your mind. Doubt can be paralyzing and it's kind of scary. It can keep us in the same place for a really long time. And hey, it's nice, it's easy, it's convenient. It's a convenient way to have it as an excuse, right? Every day we look in the mirror, we have to face ourselves and say, why aren't we showing up? What is it that's keeping us from even trying? And a lot of it comes from doubt. A lot of it comes from the negative thoughts that we're telling ourselves. And let me just start with this. And I did ask my mom before I came on tonight to use myself as an example, with all due respect to her, because like I said in one of my posts before, I had a really, really tough upbringing from the moment I was 12 on. It probably was even before then, but that's when I realized it. But I did ask my mom, hey mom, do you mind if I share, not too much in detail, but kind of what my background was? Because sometimes, you guys, our past can keep us stuck, or our past can be used as an excuse to not move forward. For example, I grew up, my mom and dad were married, I believe 18 years before they were separated, divorced. But before that, when I was 12 years old, I remember the shifting of my household. And I remember lots of arguing going on and lots of yelling, and my dad not here, and then he's gone, my mom was crying. I remember all of that growing up, and it was like, oh gosh, when you're growing up, you kind of think like, this is just normal, this is how it is, until my dad started getting really heavily into drugs. Like, we were literally, physically, when I say literally, I mean literally locked inside our house, because my dad would lock the windows. He nailed the windows shut and had a padlock on our front door and our back door. So when he left for work, we couldn't get out. Like, my friends would be playing outside at 12 years old. I couldn't get out because my windows were nailed shut, and I would just watch them play outside. And it was at that time when I was like, well, this is kind of crazy, like my friends would be like, come outside, and I'm like, I can't. They were probably wondering like, what the hell is she talking about? Why can't she come outside? I witnessed domestic violence in my home with my dad and my mom, and finally she rescued us. She removed us from that situation. But in that time, there was a lot of trauma. There was a lot of things that I seen that I could have held on to, but instead I used it to fire me, to light a fire under my tail, to make a decision at that crossroads and say, you know what, this is either going to keep me in that same pattern and that same lifestyle and accept it, or it's going to drive me to go the completely different way and make good for my family and stuff like that. So that being said, Some of us come from super bad circumstances and traumatizing childhoods. But the good thing is, you guys, we don't have to stay there, and we don't have to use it as an excuse to blame everything on everybody else. Instead, to plant our feet and take responsibility for where we're at and the decisions that we have made. A lot of the great success stories have come and rose to greatness out of the ashes, right? And that's what I want to talk about tonight. What is that resistance? Hold on one second. Let me, I need to ask somebody something real quick. Hold on. I'm going to ask you, because I can't see the chat. Okay. I'm texting one of my girls. Okay, cool. Because I can't see the chat. I see things popping up, but I can't see the chat. All right. So what is this resistance that's holding us back? What is this defiance, right? Because that's what it feels like. It feels like a defiance. It's this three-headed beast that we battle with, right? We have doubt, we have delay, and we have division. How, right? How is this turmoil going on inside of us? It could be rooted from our past. It could be rooted from a current situation, or it could be rooted just from insecurities that we have as women or men. When we have doubt, oh, I don't think it's going to work. Oh, I don't want to fail. I'm embarrassed. Oh, I've tried that before. It didn't work. Or maybe the delay. Oh, I'll get to it next week. Oh, I'll start that next year. Oh, I'll wait till next month. And then the division, where you feel like you're alone, where you feel like nobody understands you, where you feel like nobody's partnering with you. Those three things are huge causes of doubt. In all honesty, it's just the weakest part of us that's battling because we don't want change. It's uncomfortable, it's uncertain, it's unknown, but that's just the weakest part of us. We hear it whining, we hear, I'm not sure, oh my gosh, I'm not sure, maybe this timing's not right, but we could choose to ignore that whining. And I don't say whining disrespectfully. I say it like that nagging kind of voice that's in the back of your head when your kid's like, Mom, crying in the background, right? I'm tired, I'm hungry, I don't want this, and throwing a tantrum. That's what I'm talking about, the whining, that voice in our head that's trying to distract us. We don't have to feed it anymore. We don't have to acknowledge it anymore. We can learn to ignore it. So where are you doubting? Are you doubting your knowledge? Are you doubting the skills that you have? Are you doubting the ability to work, or the ability to lead, the ability to build, the ability to succeed? The ability, what if I'm not ready? What if they don't like me? All of these what if questions are stealing our freedom. Once we decide to say, I believe in my ability to learn and figure things out, with focus, dedication, time, and effort, you will succeed in whatever it is that you put your mind to. Will it be a struggle? Sometimes, yeah. Will it be frustrating? Sometimes learning Canva or learning MailChimp or learning leadership skills? 100%. But I promise you this, if you stand and you continue to go through the frustration, through the doubt, through the negativity, you will be stronger in whatever area that you decide to grow in. Sorry, my notes are right here. There's a quote that says, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Because doubt paralyzes us to the point where we don't even make an effort to try to win, so we automatically fail, right? Doubting our ability to succeed or overcome is going to keep us paralyzed. We don't even give ourselves a chance. We're defeated before we even start. Think about it right now. Is there a moment, could even been today or this month or this year already, where we decided that we were just going to put something down that we said we were going to get better at this year, that we were going to step out and that we were going to overcome? Doubt, you guys, is so normal. Is it a good normal? No, it's not, but we all experience it. So don't think that you see, oh, I see so and so, they're so amazing in their lives. Oh, everything they do is amazing. I wish I wasn't scared. I wish I didn't doubt myself. We all doubt ourselves. When I go on here to do trainings, I think like, oh gosh, I hope they're going to love it. If they don't love it, I'm going to waste their time. I don't want them to feel like their time is wasted. But at the same time, what if I never stepped out to do these trainings or to chat with you guys? What if it was that one person that was on the borderline of quitting, or the fork in the road that said, you know what, I'm going to keep making these life decisions because I'm the victim? Or what if they say, I'm going to say, you know what, past, you are no longer going to dictate my mindset. What we do has weight. What we do carries victory if we can overcome this three-headed beast called doubt, right? Doubt, delay, and division. Doubt is an uncertainty. It's a self-doubt. We doubt our abilities. We doubt our lack of abilities. We're like, well, I don't know what I don't know. And what if this is wrong? And what if it's, not right? What if I'm saying the wrong thing? Or like, sometimes we're using our past experiences. Maybe we've been hurt by people. Maybe we've been disappointed by people. Maybe we've disappointed people and we don't want to do that again. So we decide, you know what, I'm just going to stay here on the shore because I don't want to dive in. That can change your business from growth to stagnant. So we have those experiences of past hurt or past failure or past disappointment, and we allow it to taint our view of ourselves and people. There's a lot of times where self-doubt can even reflect like, I'm not gonna even step out because last time I stepped out, somebody hurt me. And then that turns into something that you wear, and that paralyzes you and keeps you in one place while that person is out and about with their life, right? They probably don't even know that they offended you. They probably don't even know that you're doubting yourself now because of something they said or done. Those thoughts tell us that we can't and that we're not capable. We don't have what it takes. You don't have what it takes to be a successful business owner that you run from your house, and you don't have what it takes to have a great marriage because your parents' marriage failed and their parents' marriage fails, and you don't have what it takes to be a great mom because your mom abandoned you, or you don't have what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it goes on and on and on, and these are thoughts that we sit there and we entertain ourselves with, not because we want to per se, but because we are so accustomed to not guarding and silencing these thoughts, these accusations, these slanderous words against ourselves. And that's what we're going to bring up today. We have to stop projecting these negative thoughts and this self-doubt into our future. Our future is not our past. Our past, let's leave it where it was. Our circumstances will no longer dictate our future unless we let them, right? And that's where taming this three-headed beast comes in. And there's a quote that's kind of raw, and it kind of hurts when you tell yourself this or when somebody tells you this. If you're not changing it, then you are choosing it. If you're not changing the thoughts that you're entertaining in your mind, then you are choosing to allow those thoughts to play in your mind and to rule and to run rampant in that playground of your mind. It's going to take a controlled thought to say, you know what? Nope, that's not true. And we'll dive into that. We have more control over our future than we realize. We have more control over our thoughts, over our actions, and over our reactions. We're not a victim of circumstance. Our past is our past. What we decide to do with our future starts with our mind, right? So a man thinketh, so he is. That's what the Bible says. What do you think about yourself? Do you think you're a failure? Do you think you're just going to be broke for the rest of your life? Do you think you're going to live in poverty for the rest of your life? Do you think your marriage is going to struggle the rest of your life? Whatever it is, oh, I'm never going to be able to do a great Facebook party because I'm not good at it. I'm not going to ever be able to have $2,000 plus in sales because I've tried before. That's all negative self-doubt talk. We have to take the trash can out of our mind. If you can physically picture that, get the trash can out of your mind and set it aside. And then every time these self-doubt thoughts start to come in our mind, we physically grab it from your head. I mean, don't grab and pull your hair, that would be weird. But like grab it, metaphorically, and throw it in the trash. Get it out, throw it in the trash. That's what I do. Like, oh, Ree, you know what? You're struggling this month. You're not even that great in sales. Like, oh, you're going to run out of customers. Oh, this is only going to last so long. Those are things that I have told myself along the journey of this almost 5 years since the adventure. Oh, this is a great ride, but you better be ready because it's going to end soon. It's not going to last very long, or you're going to run out of customers, or your team is going to fall off. And you know what? That's something that I'm creating for myself, a torment that I'm creating for myself. I know I'm not the only one that has felt or thought those things, but taking them into captivity is what is the main focus. Think about what your why is. How do you counter it? How do you counter those thoughts? In order to counter something like these negative thoughts and the doubts that come into our mind in our business or wherever it is, we have to think about our why. We have to think about what is at stake if I do not step out and throw this doubt out of my head. What's at stake for you? Look around your house, your children, your house, your marriage. What some of us are maybe struggling financially because we have a single income, and we know that if we really press in, that we can bring some income to the table and relieve that stress financially. Some of us can actually spend a little bit more time with our kids because the business has freed up that time. Think about what's at stake. It is too risky to allow this self-doubt any longer to take residence in our mind. Our future is at risk, and it is in the palm of our hands. Do you want to stay paralyzed? Do you want to stay with your hands tied behind your back? Or do you want to step out? You are not going to grow unless you learn how to cope with doubt, how to deal with it, how to handle it. You can watch all the YouTube trainings you want on systems, on plans, on disciplines, on what is it called? Those like the 5 ways to this and 10 ways to that. All that's great, but it will constantly battle that self-doubt unless you get rid of this doubt first. You got a system in place. Oh, that's great, but you fail at planners all the time. You know you're not going to do that because you started that before and you never finished it. You never finish what you start. Don't even try. You're going to waste your time. How many of us have heard that from our own minds? So we can have all these great systems and plans in place, but until we deal with the root, we're going to be in the same place, and we're going to keep making excuses, and we're going to keep giving up, and we're going to keep giving in and say, you know what, self, you're right. I'm not going to even try. Planners aren't my thing. I'll just stay scatterbrain and see what happens. Never works without a plan, but the plan doesn't work unless your mind is set to it. Here's 6 tools that can help you when you encounter these doubts. Number 1, and this is 2 parts, so 1A and 2B, look back where you came from. How different are you today than you were on day 1? Sometimes we don't see that because we're so head down, our blinders are on, which is a great thing for the most part. Have you ever been working so focused in, and then you pick your head up and you're like, oh my God, whoa, I did that. Oh my God, look at what. I have a team of 800 and something. Last time I looked, I had one teammate that joined my team because I was trying to hit Sensational Start level 3, right? Or you ladies like, oh my God, I'm 1 step from director. How did this happen? oh my gosh, I have a team. I just joined because I wanted a discount on my Scentsy, because you were so head down. But take a second to look up, not to look around, because that's going to discourage you. And then comparison comes in. We ain't dealing with that. Look up to see the progress that you made, because there is progress. Celebrate. Number 2B, I guess you could say 1A or 1A and 1B. Celebrate your accomplishments. When you feel that you have not done anything successful, take a minute, lift up your head, reach out to your sponsor. Like for you, example, Shawneen, you could be like, hey, Selena, like, I was just realizing I'm about to hit director. This year, I'm coming for director. And you watch how Selena's going to partner and celebrate with you. And same thing, Rosie, who's your sponsor, Teresa?
Wendy.
Wendy Caravantes or Cervantes? Yes. Okay.
Karen.
Oh my God, Wendy, I just joined because, and Wendy is going to be your biggest cheerleader, or with your husband's. Oh my God, babe, remember when I first started and I was like, I just had like 6 bars and we had 1 warmer and we were like, yeah. And now we're like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It can be that simple of a celebration. Celebrate where you came from and how far you've come. Number 2, don't compare yourself. That is self-sabotage. We already know that. Comparison is a thief of joy. Yet sometimes and somehow we find ourselves, oh, well, she's been in as long as me. She's already promoted to star. I'm barely at lead. I've been at lead for so long and now I'm stuck at star. I guess this business just isn't for me. Or you're constantly comparing yourself by going to this person's Instagram and watching them do what you wish you could do. And instead of just saying, you know what, I'm going to use this inspo, you sit there and you're just tearing yourself down. Oh, well, that's too hard. I can't do that. I don't know how to work TikTok. Oh, that girl's so good on TikTok, but I wish I can do that, but I'll never be that good. And then you start to be down on yourself. It's a confidence killer. You can be having the most successful month, and then you come across somebody that's maybe similar to where you're at and they're doing better compared to who? Who cares what they're doing? What they're doing doesn't bring you increase. It doesn't pay your bills. It doesn't sabotage you. It doesn't dim your light. What they're doing is what they're doing. If what they are doing is bringing you strife, unfollow them. They're not even doing it purposefully. So this is self-inflicted, right? They're out here living their best life and you're mad because you want to live like that, but you just don't want to put the effort into coming out of that self-doubt. Remove the distractions. If there's social media, if you tend to gravitate towards comparison when you're watching somebody's Instagram story, instead of using it as inspiration, sometimes it hurts. Sometimes we do take it like, oh God, delete your Instagram. Unfollow that person until you are either mentally more mature to be able to take that in as inspiration. And I don't say that in an insulting way. I say that in a growth way. Sometimes maybe we got to deal with the inside before we have somebody else inspiring us, right? Number 3, work with your strengths. Don't worry about what you're not good at. If you want to grow in some area, which I do encourage, pick one thing. If you say, I'm not good at this, and then look at all of this I'm not good at. But on the sidelines, we'll say I'm Miguel Macias. He's in in squad goals. What if Miguel said, I'm not good at, which is not accurate, I'm just throwing some names out, and he popped in my head because of his pictures. What if he said, I'm not good at PRV, I'm not good at leading, I'm not good at blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. All this negative stuff while everybody is singing his praises over here, over his pictures and his images and how he stages stuff. He is so not saying he is, I'm saying him as an example because his picture thing, he is known throughout OC Sense and Squad Goals for his beautiful stock images. His beautiful staged images. But what if he focused on something maybe that he wasn't great at? For myself, I'll use myself as an example. What if I said, I'm not good at getting people to subscribe to my club as much as I want, and this is real, I need more club. Why aren't they clubbing? I have 12 clubbers right now. Why aren't they clubbing if I've tried. And what if this, and what, and I'm so bad at, what else am I bad at? Like TikTok. I'm not great at it. I'm learning it. Oh, I suck at TikTok. I'm bad at club. But meanwhile, these people are saying, oh my gosh, Rihanna, thank you so much for training on sponsoring. Thank you for this. And I'm like, no, I got to focus. No. Focus on what you're good at and what your strengths are, and pick one thing at a time to start working on. And that's what I did this year. I'm focusing on my club. If you guys follow me on social media, you'll notice that I'm posting about club Monday through Friday, every single day in some certain type of way. I'm not doing the same stock images. I'm not going to jump too deep into that, but I'm changing it up and I'm focusing on that one thing. But meanwhile, I know I'm strong in sponsoring. I know I'm strong in sales. So I'm like, good, go Ree, you're already at 1250 this month. Go Ree, like, yes, girl, you're going to hit your 2K. It's going to happen this month. Okay, now let's do a little club post. You know what I mean? Balance it out. Don't focus on what you're not good at. Number 4, fill your life with positive people. Remove the negative, complaining people that tend to drag you down and only want to sit and complain and gossip about your friends and gossip about other teamies and gossip about the director and gossip about the star director and gossip about the superstar director. I don't care if you guys talk about me. You could if you want. But I'm saying that's not what this is about. If you want to soar with eagles, you go find yourself some eagle friends and leave the pigeons on the ground. We ain't got time for that. There's no room to entertain ungratefulness this year. There is no room for it. If you find yourself surrounded by that, ask them, challenge them, encourage them to level up. And if they don't, you know what? You find yourself another table to sit at. Or else you're going to be eating a whole lot of gossip. You're going to be eating a whole lot of discouragement. No, come to the other table. Let's eat some steak. Let's get full. Let's grow. Fill your life so much with positivity that there is no room for negativity in your life, and watch how your mindset changes and your growth happens. Number 5, get an accountability partner. Not a complaining partner, not somebody to sit and like, oh gosh, I don't get it. Oh, I don't want to do that either. No, I'm not going to do that. No, get somebody that's going to hold you accountable. When they see you comparing yourself or hearing yourself, Sean, why are you comparing yourself today, girlfriend? That's our tools. Stop comparing yourself. You're brilliant at what you do. Somebody that's going to hold you accountable. Teresa, why are you so down today? Look at how far you've come. You have a team, girlfriend. Like, what are you talking about? Some of us want friends that only agree with us, but that doesn't promote growth. We need real friends that will call us out on our bullshit so that we can go to another level. Or you want friends that are just going to agree with you and you stay where you're at forever and ever. Amen. That's fine. Do what you want. It's your business. It's your life. Get somebody that's going to call you out, and likewise, you're going to call them out. Don't ever put a bow on a pig. It's not going to change that it's a pig, right? Call it like you see it, with love, with your accountability partner. Find somebody at your level. If you're a star, find another star in the group, or in Sensi if you've related with anybody, if you connected with anybody. Find somebody not below you, and I don't say that in a disrespectful manner, but just because they're going to understand what your responsibilities are. And then when you promote, find the next. So when you're a star, find a star. When you're a superstar, find a superstar, because your expectations are different. Number 6, remember why you started and what you're fighting for. It will fuel you. If it's genuine and you really want to move, it will fuel you. It will give you the drive. It will be worth doing it when you're scared. It will be worth it when you're tired. It will be worth it when that doubt is telling you you're not good at that. Oh, look at you trying to do a live. Look at you keep fumbling over your words. Don't do it again. You're embarrassing yourself, right? Your drive will say, shut up. I'm growing and I'm stepping out and I'm getting better. If you don't know what your why is, you need to figure it out now or you will be stuck. You will have nothing to drive you or nothing to fuel you. Everything that we've talked about tonight, it comes down to a decision. And we're going to experience these self-doubt thoughts every single day of our life. One way or another, there's going to be arrows, fiery arrows shot at us to try to discourage us, to try to tell us we're something we're not, to try to tell us that we can't be who we want to be. The decision comes to knowingly see those darts coming or feel when they hit you and say, that's not true. Take it out. Replace it with a thought that is counter to it. So if you come across something that says, you're not good enough to lead people, they don't even like you. You turn it around and say, I am loved. I am a strong leader. I am doing the best I can. And it's a direct counter. If you're, oh, you know what, go ahead and do it tomorrow. Don't worry about working today or the next day or for a week. Who cares if you haven't led your team for 2 weeks? You counter it and say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm getting up. Here's what I'm going to do. One thing at a time. You counter it exactly. Know what you're fighting, know what your why is, and fight for it. There will be no word of negativity that can stop you once you decide in your mind that nothing will stand in the way of what your dreams are and what your goals are. And this is for your entire life, not just Scentsy, for your job at work, if you're going for a promotion, for your marriage, if you're striving to be better, for your friendships, if you're striving to be better, your relationships, your family, your friends. Everything comes down to our minds and what we allow and what we entertain. So in wrapping it up, no more self-doubt, no more delaying, no more division. You are not alone. The delay is on you. Nobody can do it for you. Can be served on a silver platter till you pick up that fork and start chomping away. Know that you have a support system here in the squad goals. If you're a leader, you have it with leading the squad. If you're a director, you have it with your fellow directors. You have an upline that is always ready to hear you out and to give you encouragement. But know, when it comes down to it, it's yourself. When you wake up tomorrow morning, I encourage you to wake up. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. Wake up tomorrow and say, no matter what thoughts come at me today, I am going to overcome. I'm going to be victorious, and I'm going to counter every single negative thought, every single thing that comes against the knowledge and the wisdom and the truth of what is said about me. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I'm praying that this year we will have men and women that have overcome doubt more this year than they have in their entire life, where they can pick up their heads and look back and say how much they've grown. I pray that tonight you would add this to your toolbox and that you would bring those tools out when it's time, and then you would teach your team to do the same thing, either one-on-one or in a training. And let's keep growing, guys. All right, we'll talk soon. Good night, guys.